very much for tuning in to Straight Outta Weston, Weston-super-Mare's #1 podcast. Today, I am excited. I've got a fantastic guest.
When's he coming?
Should be 5
Later,
minutes.
yeah.
About 5 minutes. We've got Mitch on. Mitch from Rubik's Dudes.
And many other bands out of Weston-Burnham. So,
But for the minute, you're Rubik's Dudes.
I am a Rubik's dude. Yeah.
I've got you in here because the other day I was scrolling through Facebook and I'm like, and I seen that there was a fantastic 80s revamp of Do They Know It's Christmas? And you wanted people. So I was like, what is this? So I looked into it.
Yeah.
And you're doing this. In fact, shall I let you say about what you're doing about the revamp?
Yeah, so it started we've got a gig at the Tropicana at Christmas. And it started off as we better do a Christmas song. It's Christmas, like people are going to expect it. So it's like, well, what do you do? And then I was thinking about all the different Christmas songs, the great Christmas songs. A lot of them were from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, all this like Slade and Wizard and anything. Oh, you know, I know they've all come through the 80s, but, you know. So it's like, well, there's Last Christmas and then there's Do They Know It's Christmas? Band-Aid. And I thought that'd be great.
Yeah.
Load of different voices. Let's do that. So agree with the lads, got on with it. Started learning it. And I said, look, so the way that we do things, we have a 20-foot video wall, which is which is behind the band, which is a company locally called Schools Out, and they come and they put the video wall up, and behind it we have all these nostalgic images and stuff. So when we're like singing "Relax" by Frankie Goes to Hollywood, like they're behind us, and they singing because we've synced it all up. See, so they're singing at the same time as it, even though we're live. Yeah. Our drummer plays to a click track all the way through the gig. Oh, nice. So that it all comes in at the right time. So when Ollie Johnson's up there giving it Relax, so am I. And then it's got loads of different stuff from the 80s films, adverts that are on the telly, anything. Like, it's all mixed in on this video screen. So because we were going to do this, Do They Know It's Christmas at the Trop, I was like, right, I've got to do some visuals. We have to record it. So we went in the studio and recorded it, and it sounds pretty good. So we're like, let's get the visuals sorted. And then from that, it was like, well, we can use the original video and some other stuff, but it would be really good if we had our own version with people that come and see the band. And it'd be a bit of a giggle. We can have a beer and a bit of a laugh doing it. Didn't think anything more of it than that. And then we were having a chat in our WhatsApp group, because everybody's got a WhatsApp group these days, isn't it? You know?
If you're not in a WhatsApp group,
you're not alive, are you? Yeah. So, I mean, too many. But one of the lads said, look, can we get the press involved? I was like, for what? Like what are they going to, what's the hook? And he said, I don't know. And I said, well, why don't we try and raise some money? And one of them said, for what? And I said, well, the original was this whole thing about Feed the World, wasn't it? You know, this crazy Irish dude and a load of pop stars sort of were going to feed Africa and Ethiopia. And I said, well, I don't want to do that because I can't. But also, then why don't we try and feed some homeless people in Weston on Christmas Day? Christmas Day's coming. Why did we do that? And then it was like feed the homeless in Weston, Burnham, because so the band sort of spans across Weston, Burnham, Bridgewater. So we were like, why don't we try and feed the homeless people of both? And I started looking into it and who does that and how much it would cost. And it's not really it's £11.50 to give someone a Christmas meal. So I thought, well, that's not a lot of money. So if we can raise a few grand, you know, $6,000, you know, and give $2,000 to each thing, then that's going to feed a lot of people. It's like 177 people, I think it is. I think what it's out is, you know, on Christmas Day in each area. So why don't we do that? And then it was like, well, we ain't got a lot of time. Yeah. And I look back at the history of it, and this is how Bob Geldof's done it. I think he saw a news report at 6 o'clock. I think that was on the Wednesday. And on the Thursday, he was fuming about it. He sort of rung mid-jaw and said, look, we've got to do something. And he was in London, and he bumped into Gary Kemp from Spandau Ballet. Yeah. And he was like, we're doing this thing. Like, do you guys want to be involved? And Gary was like, yeah, we'll do it. He said, yeah, great. And he walked out of that shop and went into another shop, and Simon Le Bon was there. And he was like, it was amazing because Spandau Ballet and Duran Duran were always on tour. Yeah. They were never in London. And it just so happened that both of them were in London on that day in different shops. And
meant to be.
And he said, of course, we got Spandau Ballet involved, which made Le Bon be like, because they were rivals, weren't they? He was like, well, we need to be involved as well. And then he was like, well, yeah, we'll work something out. And he went from that and went, right, that was a bit too easy. Why don't, let's see who else I know? And then he just started making phone calls. And I mean, I sort of kind of know how he's felt, because I've been doing the same. I've just been phoning anybody I've been a musician around here for, I've been in bands. I don't know if people call me a musician, but I've been in bands around here for like 30 years. And I thought, well, there's got to be people who want to be involved in this.
Yeah.
So I just picked up the phone and started ringing people. I was like, well, you have to be here at this time. And they're like, why? What am I doing? I said, just don't worry about it. Just like turn up, because this is what we're going to do. It's 40-year anniversary of Band Aid this year.
This year's 40 year.
It's really weird, because people thought it was done in 1985 because Live Aid was done in 1985.
Yeah.
But of course, this was a Christmas song. So it was recorded the Christmas before in 1984. And weirdly, even more weirdly than that, it was done in November 40 years ago. And I was like, when...
And we're in November now.
We're in November now.
Yeah.
Right. So I said to the lads, right, well, 10 o'clock on November the 24th.
Yeah.
That's when we'll do it. We'll get everybody in, and we'll 10 till whenever we're finished. But it turns out that the original Band Aid was recorded on the 25th of November at 10 o'clock in the morning. So we're one day out of being exactly 40 years to when it was done, which, I'll be honest with you, is a complete fluke.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that at all.
It.
I wasn't planning doing any of this, and it's just turned out to be this amazing fluke. Yeah. And people have come forward, and obviously I've met you, and because you're going to be Simon Le Bon.
Yes, I'm going to have a part in a music video.
He's going to have not only he's going to have a part, he's going to have wicked mullet.
I've tried growing my own, but apparently I've got a wig
by next Sunday.
Yeah,
it's not going to be, is it?
Be.
But and the thing with the Rubik's dudes, what we try to do, we try to keep everything as authentic as we can. Yeah. But the Band Aid thing, so we were like, are we going to raise money for this whole event? So we've set up a Just Giving page, which is, you can find it on our Facebook. Everything
we talk about today, we will put links in the description below this video. So we're going to put links to the Just Giving and for the gig as well. And we'll just put everything in the description. So if you want to check it out, get on there.
But so this event, we're like, how can we monetize it? How can we make stuff from it? So we were going to charge people to come in and that, and it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to charge people to download the video either, because the truth is like, who is going to download the video? Like, I'm not Bono. I'm not
I'm not actually Simon Le Bon.
Simon Le Bon Bon. So it's like, why would people pay for that? So we did a whole separate video, which was, a bit of a pulling at the heartstrings video. We got some footage of Weston and some homeless people actually in Weston, and you can see in the video this guy is from Weston, because he's walking towards the pier actually, and it's a bit it's harsh, but the reality is there are people that Christmas Day's not much fun.
I mean, we forget, like, do you know, when you're comfortable at home and you've got your turkey dinner, whatever you're eating, and you're in your own little bubble, and everything's nice, and you're under a roof and you're nice and warm. There is people out there who are suffering and struggling.
To them, it's just another day that they got to beat the elements of whatever's thrown at them.
Find somewhere to shelter and feed themselves. So honestly, when I seen it, I thought this is such a fantastic thing, and it's people like you that make Weston super. In my opinion, these little things. You don't want anything out of it. You just want to raise money to help other people. And I think it's such a fantastic thing to do.
With that, obviously, there's only a certain amount of things I know how to do.
Yeah.
And the band's one of them. And I just thought, well, how can we actually try and do some good out of this? Because, like you said, we're going to do our gig in December anyway, and the people that are going to come to that are going to come to it regardless. It's not. This isn't going to help promote a band. I've worked in some form of healthcare for the last 30 years. I was a nurse, I was a mental health practitioner, and now I work on frontline ambulances. I see a lot of devastation. I've worked every Christmas Day for the last, I can't remember. Yeah. I go out to people and see the devastation of it, and it's tough. And like I said to you, it's £11.50 to feed someone on Christmas Day. It's nothing.
It's not great. No. It's not a massive amount.
And if we can have a bit of a giggle. As you just shown on there, the shot of Paula Yates drinking out of the can of whatever it was. I never really understood why that was in. Yeah, it was. I mean, there's lots of. It's not a very well made video actually, but it's there's this, and she's having a giggle with Gary Kemp about this drink, and I looked closely, and they're having a laugh because it's called Squirt. This can. Where can I get a can of Squirt, or at least get a yellow can? Right. So
did you put into Google can of Squirt?
Can of Squirt. Yeah.
I dread to think what came up.
Yeah, I've been banned from there. So. I went on trying to find this can, and you can buy it. It's a grapefruit drink.
So it still exists
in the States,
right? Okay.
I can't find it anywhere in the UK. So, but to order it and get it here for the shoot wasn't going to happen. It was going to come the day after. I was like, this is a bit of a shame. So I was going everywhere, like eBay, wherever, and a guy messaged me and said, "Oh yeah, you're after a can of Squirt." Which again could have been
alarm bells.
Yeah, and he said, "What do you want it for? If you don't mind me asking?" And I said, "Well, we're recreating this Band-Aid video, and Paulie Yates is drinking one." And the thing, he went, "Yeah, I got it." I went, "Well, you got some Squirt?" He went, "No, I've got the actual can.
What?
That was in the original video." I was like, "Really?"
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you could tell me anything, couldn't you? He said, "No, I can authenticate it and stuff, and I've got the actual can." I was going to lend it to me. Like, I've got to rent it. Like, what's he going to do? He said, "I'll sell it to you." And I said, "Are you sure?" Because it's like the 40th year anniversary. He said, "Yeah, it's the ideal time. I've had it for about 15 years. I've had my fun with it."
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, I'll flog it to you." So I was like, do I really want to pay X amount of pounds for, to be? But that's the whole thing with the band. We we try to get things as authentic as possible. And we can't get more authentic than the actual can of Squirt.
Exactly.
It's got the old ring pull. Well, that's missing because they used to take them all the way off
and then throw
them away.
Yeah.
So it's got that missing, but it's the actual can that was used in the video. So in our video, we'll have some sort of just this tiny little link of that with everything else that's going on. It's authentic, and that's what. But although we want the video as authentic as we can, it's got to be fun. We've got to ham it up.
It's gonna be fun when we're passing a can of Squirt around.
Indeed.
I'm definitely going to get a picture with this famous can.
We're just getting makeup done. It's going to be... we got ladies that donated their time to hair and makeup.
Really?
So she's going to be styling the wigs and
we're going to look beautiful. We're going to be stunning and 80s.
Well, and also for people to come in, because obviously I want people to come and can be in the video if they want to be in it. Like that end shot of all of us singing the chorus, they can come and be in that if they want to be in it. But they'll have to dress appropriately. Yeah. But if there's... Because we got a photo booth, that 360 photo booth. Like, if you want a video done with Simon Le Bon or just fake Le Bon, whatever, you can do, or you can just use it for you and your family. Like, just come and have some fun. We've got DJ there, like I said, playing 80s tunes in between when we're getting our makeup done. And
I'm so looking forward to this.
And the bar's open, so
brilliant.
All going to be good.
Right. I'm really looking forward to it, and thanks for coming on and having a chat.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's gonna do a lot of good, and it's gonna be fun as well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you. Like, although we want to try and get it as authentic as possible, I've got a meeting Wednesday with the videographer, just to go, right, we need to get these shots because these are quite important ones. But I want us to ham it up a bit.
Yeah,
there's no point in us going and all being a bit timid, and I'm definitely not Bono, and love you as I do. You're not Simon Le Bon.
Yeah. Like I say, I will put in the description all the links to give and donate, and just check out the video and see us all having a laugh and doing something good. But thank you very much for coming in. It's been fantastic speaking to you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens.
Be a laugh.
Yeah, should be. Big shout out to Hurricane Fenders who make these amazing floating key rings. So if you're a boater, you go out on the water. This one I have thrown in Marine Lake, and I've got to say this one, in my opinion, is the best one on the market. It's proper solid. It's been in water, it's been thrown around, and it still looks like brand new. But they also do these. They do proper fenders as well for your boat. But one of the great things I think of is these tow bar covers.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is, yeah.
Wow.
So they do all kinds of different designs. They've got some fantastic things on their website. So check out Hurricane Fenders.
If you drop that down the drain, you ain't gonna lose your keys, are you?
Honestly, this can float quite a decent amount. I bet. It's but really well made product. So check out Hurricane Fenders.
Attention all Weston-super-Mare businesses. We are straight out of Weston, Weston-super-Mare's #1 podcast. We celebrate everything amazing about our town and we want you to join us.
We are Weston-super-Mare's #1 podcast, and here's how you can get involved. We are looking for sponsorships from local businesses who want to help their own business as well as us reach out to a wider market. We can do personal shout outs on the podcast. We can do pop-up adverts like this. We are a new podcast, but we're rapidly growing. Our views are getting more and more every time we put out a podcast. We've got lots of podcasts coming out, so we're just growing and growing. And with your help as well, we'll grow even more. And on the back of that, so better advertising for you guys as well. As an added bonus, when I'm out vlogging in town, if I come across your business, I'll give it a shout out on my own vlog. So that's more exposure for your business as well. Or if you're at a pop-up market or anything like that, I can come along, give your business some extra exposure. So it's win-win for everyone. We are a non-profit. We're a community interest company, meaning every penny you invest stays right here within the podcast to help it grow. So if this is something you think your business would benefit from, please get in contact, and we're going to be smashing these podcasts out. Also, I will give you a mention on my vlogs, so that's a little bit extra. Then we're also doing, if you've got a product you want to send in to us for a small donation, if it's something what you eat, test or whatever, me and my guests will do that, and we'll obviously give you a shout out. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'm really excited to be working with some of the local businesses in Weston. Thank you very much, and looking forward to speaking to you.